Hi there, this is Clarice. We are here talking about the 2-dog mini educator unit, and this is I call them advanced features. They're kind of the bonus features that are very handy, but not everybody uses them. Alright, so I just turned the remote on. I talked about that in my other video. I'm going to turn my collars on. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to tell you is that your collars have a flashlight on them. This is very useful if you're out in the country, you're doing like a hike, there aren't very many lights, and you want to be able to see where your dog is. It's a very bright LED light. So what you need to do, if you look at your remote, you will see the 1D flashing there on the top. So since 1D is flashing, that means that I'm looking at my black collar, my black dog. The button on the back that says on-off light, if you hold it down, it turns your remote on and off. If you tap it, it turns your light on and off. So I'm going to tap it once. There it goes. And if you tap it once, it blinks. And if you tap it twice, it'll go solid on. And if you tap it a third time, the LED light will go off. Remember your mode button on the side here? So right now it says 1D. You push the mode button and it goes to vibrate. And you push the mode button again and it says 2D at the bottom. So now you can turn on and off your light for your second dog. So this is the red dog. And then if I want to switch back, mode button vibrate, mode button dog 1. Push the light button on the back, and now my light is on, flashing for dog number 1. So now both of my dogs have flashes on them. Alright, so let me turn that off. Same way. So I push it again and it goes solid on. I push it again and it'll go off. So I'm just turning off my LED light here. Ready? Next is a really neat feature that is unique to the Mini Educator, and that is that when you have a 2-dog unit, you can lock one dog in a number. And so let's say you have a very sensitive dog, and then you have a dog that is kind of all over the board and sometimes needs 10 and sometimes needs 25 and is kind of all over. So you can lock one dog at 5 and have the other dog unlocked, or you can lock them each at separate numbers. So to show you how to do that, the 1D is flashing on the top there. So hopefully you can see that. So if I go down to 5, this knob on the top, I push the knob down until the 5 blinks. And then the 1D is not flashing anymore. So what that tells you is that your dog number 1, even when you move this knob, your dog number 1 is locked in place. Remember your mode button on the side? So I'm going to switch to vibrate, and then I'm going to switch to seeing the second dog. Okay, that's your red dog. So the red dog right now is not locked. If I touch my black dog, it's 5. If I touch my red dog, it's at whatever number it is. All right. If I wanted to lock my second dog, let's say on 20, I would push it down, and now I'm locked at 20. And the 2D is no longer blinking. So I tap my black dog, and it is at 5. I tap my red dog, and it is 20, and it will stay there even if I turn the knob. So to unlock it, you just hold it down again. Do be aware that when you unlock it, it goes to whatever number your dial is on. So just watch that when you unlock it so that you don't accidentally have your dog at like 95 or something. That would probably be bad. All right, so your mode button goes between stimulation and vibrate. You'll remember that the kind of looks like a candy cane is the vibration symbol, okay? And then the other thing it does is it shows you whether you're looking at dog 1 or dog 2. Now, if it says dog 1, you can still push the red button and it will go to dog 2, all right? The last thing that I want to show you in this bonus video is how to switch between your modes. Now, when this is shipped, it is in momentary mode. So zoom in there, and if you can see the M to the left of the 10, that means it's momentary mode. That means even if I hold down this button, it's only going to stim once. The vibrate is always continuous, and will keep going until you take your finger off of it. But the stimulation, it will only go one time when it's in momentary mode. So to do your cadence or your rhythm that we talk about, you have to literally touch it multiple times, all right? What we like to do sometimes, depending on the dog and the situation, some dogs do better on continuous mode. So this little tiny button back here that says MC, it's to the right of the light button, okay? If you push that MC button, you're gonna switch momentary, now we're on continuous, now we're in momentary, now we're on continuous. So on continuous mode, for the stimulation, the stim is going to keep going until you take your finger off of it. So that allows you to do longer taps, and in some situations, it makes sense to hold it down until they get back on their place board or things like that. But that is something that your trainer will tell you which button, which mode she wants your dog to be working in. Most dogs start on momentary. Some dogs do better down the road with continuous for whatever reason. It's just a dog preference. All right, so hopefully that clarified your questions. We talked about how to turn the light on and off. It has the blink and it has the constant on. We also talked about how to lock, how you can lock dog number 1 and have dog number 2 unlocked, or lock dog number 2 and have dog number 1 unlocked, or you can lock both of them. It's very versatile in that way. And then we also talked about the mode, how to change it from momentary to continuous, depending on the need of your dog. All right, so thank you so much, and let us know if you have any questions.